The story begins on a mountain called Lion Mountain. The mountain is known for its beautiful scenery, but now it's in complete chaos because spiritual energy has once again appeared in this world, causing the ferocious beasts to go berserk. Amidst this turmoil, a beautiful lady is running for her life. Her clothes are in complete disarray. She is being chased by a group of people who appear to be from the military. They order her to stop, warning that it's impossible for her to escape with a berserk beast horde rampaging around. She glances at the beast horde, but does not stop. Instead, she continues running with all her strength. One man from the pursuing group grows impatient and fires his gun at her. Their leader immediately orders him to stop shooting because of the beast tide, but it's already too late. A bullet strikes a mutated wild boar, enraging it, and now the beast charges at them. Seeing the wild boar coming for them, the soldiers panic and start fleeing. Their leader tries to stop them, shouting that they can't outrun a wild boar, but they don't listen and continue running. Left with no choice, he takes matters into his own hands. He pulls a rocket launcher from his back and fires at the boar. However, the boar dodges the attack. Frustrated, the leader hurriedly reloads for another shot. At that moment, a deafening roar echoes from the mountain. It comes from a majestic golden lion who, strangely, has a horn on his head like a unicorn. He is the king of Lion Mountain. The soldiers freeze in awe, mesmerized by his golden appearance, wondering if his body is actually covered in gold. The same soldier who mistakenly shot the boar smirks and says they'll find out soon enough. Without hesitation, he starts shooting at the lion. But of course the bullets do nothing. The lion, unbothered, leaps forward and attacks. The leader, desperate, raises his rocket launcher to strike back, but the lion calmly places a single finger at the barrel. The launcher backfires, killing the remaining soldiers. The lion scans the area, checking if anyone is left alive, but they have all been wiped out. He sighs, thinking to himself that he is too strong and unable to control his power properly. In truth, he was once human, a hard-working student who graduated from university. However, he somehow died and was ice-guyed into this world filled with spiritual energy, reborn as a golden lion. To his surprise, he also received a system that seemed too good to be true. This system allows him to grow stronger no matter what he does. For example, when he roared, his skill power increased by 1. When he stuck his finger in the rocket launcher barrel, his claw sharpness increased by 1. Naturally, eliminating intruders also came with rewards. It increased his bloodline purity by 3. Even something as simple as rubbing his head was counted as combing his mane, which increased his charm by 1. Just then, the wild boar from earlier appears again, but upon seeing the golden lion, becomes terrified and flees. This, in turn, increases the lion's prestige. A parrot flutters in and begins praising him, congratulating him for defeating a few monkeys. The lion stops the parrot and asks about the girl the soldiers have been chasing. A green snake slithers forward and informs him that she was caught in the explosion and fell into the beast horde. The lion immediately makes his way to the site. As soon as he arrives, every beast ceases their movements, further increasing his prestige. The beasts part ways, revealing the girl lying motionless. He steps closer to examine her. Every beast lowers their heads in submission as he moves past them. At this moment, something feels off. The position of the balls doesn't seem right. He thinks, well, it's another world. Anything is possible. He kneels beside the girl. She is already dead, yet her body still contains spiritual energy, which is unusual. Curious, he exhales a magical breath over her, and a spirit emerges from her body. The ghostly figure is just as beautiful as she was in life, sparking the lion's interest. He takes her back to his cave, but she begins to cry. The lion, sitting on his throne like a true king, because, well, he is a king, tells her to stop crying, reminding her that the dead have no tears. Just then, a system notification appears before him. Urgent. Quickly bind with the ghost. The sudden message nearly scares the life out of him. This is the first time his system has given a direct command. Up until now, it had only ever displayed simple +1 notifications. Confused, he wonders if he has triggered the main mission. A sense of excitement stirs within him, though he is also reluctant, realizing that his peaceful days may soon come to an end. He will need to carefully plan his next steps. Just then, a voice emerges from the flames nearby, cautioning him not to get carried away. The fire moves toward the ghostly girl and transforms into a figure, a girl, or rather a lowly. Her name is Xiaozhu. She reassures the ghost lady, telling her not to be afraid, and that the Lion King has no ill intentions. He's just a bit straightforward. She further explains that the king left his demon energy in the ghost's soul, allowing it to condense. She herself had also relied on the lion's demon energy to take form. However, just absorbing the Lion King's demon energy alone isn't enough to make her a ghost. There are two additional conditions. She must have a special constitution. She must possess a powerful obsession. As they say, Xiao Zhu continues, a ghost obsession is what allows them to take form in this world. Then the cute little fire demon asked her what had happened. Her green-themed appearance didn't really match her identity as a fire demon, but she still looked adorable. Our ghost lady, a bit nervous at first, began recounting her story. Her name was Su Ling. She used to live in Mang Village, located at the foot of Lion Mountain. Ever since spiritual energy reappeared in the world, life in her village had turned into a nightmare. People began disappearing, and only 23 villagers remained. Just a few days ago, a mysterious group arrived at their village. They rounded everyone up at gunpoint and demanded the villagers venture into the forest to find a way for them. An old man begged them to spare him, saying his wife had previously gone missing in the forest. He pleaded for mercy, but they ignored him. One of the soldiers hit him, threatening to kill him and send his grandson into the forest instead if he didn't comply. Reluctantly, the old man agreed and entered the forest. Moments later, he began screaming in pain, then suddenly vanished into thin air. Everyone was shocked. Next, they forced a young boy to enter. He had a small dog with him. The same thing happened. They disappeared, one by one. The villagers were forced into the forest, and each time, the same mysterious disappearance occurred. Eventually, it was Su Ling's turn. The forest was cloaked in a strange black mist with hallucinogenic effects. As soon as she stepped inside, she began subconsciously running in one direction. She saw visions of her parents in the fog and chased after them. Eventually, she lost consciousness. When she awoke, she had fallen into a pit. In front of her was a strange flower. She believed this flower was the true target of the mysterious group. It seemed to be calling to her. Nearby, there was a coffin entangled in thick tree roots. Burning with the desire to stop those who had killed her parents and fellow villagers, she resolved to ruin their plans. But her weak body couldn't destroy the coffin, so she made a drastic decision. She ate the flower. After consuming it, her body felt incredibly light, and she could now see clearly in the dark. Not long after, the group found the location and retrieved the coffin. Su Ling hid behind a tree, silently watching. Then, a man with a large scar over his left eye arrived and began shouting at his men. He demanded to know where the flower had gone and threatened them. If they couldn't recover it, they wouldn't receive payment. They speculated that it must have been taken by a villager. The scarred man didn't care who took it. He just wanted it back. So they started searching for her. Thanks to her newly enhanced body, Su Ling managed to escape and fled to Lion Mountain. The rest of the story, you already know. She died and became a ghost. The cute fire spirit became visibly angry upon hearing Su Ling's story. The Lion King, meanwhile, silently analyzed the situation. Without much expression, he stretched his body and reached a conclusion. After eating the flower, Su Ling had gained a special constitution. The coffin must be an incredible treasure to drive those mercenaries mad. What troubled him the most, however, was that all of this had occurred at the foot of his Lion Mountain. He couldn't rest until he got to the bottom of it. Since the system had instructed him to bind with this ghost girl, he stated plainly, "I don't care what happened to you, but if you become my ghost, your matters become my matters." It sounded suspiciously like, "If you become my girl, I'll handle everything for you." Su Ling began crying again, but through her tears said she was willing to become his ghost. As soon as she accepted, a system window appeared, congratulating him. He had triggered a ghost chain mission. This time, the reward was a young body fragment, a piece he needed to return to human form. If he collected 10, he could regain a human body. Ever since being reborn as the Golden Lion and becoming the Demon King of Lion Mountain, the system had remained quiet. No missions, no quests. But now, for the first time, it had issued both a mission and a reward. The next reward in the chain mission was described as a mysterious opportunity. To progress, he had to help Su Ling resolve the obsession in her heart. He asked her if her goal was to take revenge on those who killed the villagers. She quickly shook her head, saying, "I wouldn't dare cause trouble for the king. I just want to find the bodies of the villagers if they're dead and give them proper burials." The lion nodded. He exhaled, and from his breath, a clone was created, a small, adorable baby, a lion version of himself. He told them that the second wave of spiritual energy was about to begin, and he had to stay on Lion Mountain to protect it from the incoming beast hordes. The clone would accompany her instead. He also handed her a dagger for self-defense. Touched by his gesture, she thanked him from the bottom of her heart. The little candle-like fire spirit transformed into a mini form and said, "Since the road is full of black fog and hard to walk, I'll become your light in the darkness." Su Ling thanked her as well. They journeyed to the place where the villagers had disappeared, but the black fog was no longer present. Apparently, it had vanished when the coffin was moved. However, the Yin energy in the area remained extremely dense. As they moved deeper, they discovered several skeletons. Su Ling recognized the villagers by their clothes. She was heartbroken. The fire spirit commented that it was creepy how they had only died yesterday, yet were already reduced to bones. The lion clone then performed a ritual to purify the wronged souls and help them re-enter the cycle of reincarnation. Su Ling felt relieved by this, but in truth, the lion was worried. If too many souls remained in the area and absorbed the spiritual energy from Lion Mountain, it could become troublesome. Afterward, they buried the villagers' remains. However, Su Ling's parents were not among them. Determined to find them, they decided to go deeper into the forest.